the only cure for baldness is a transplant, which they literally take follicles. They can get down to individual follicles now from the back of your neck, and you know it takes a long time, and you know,
But people will know anyway, won't they?
I don't know when it starts though. I don't know when it starts. Like now, if you started wearing a wig, people go, "Were you wearing a wig because you were bald yesterday?"
Yeah.
You can't start thinking, right, I'm gonna go bald in a year, I'll start wearing a wig now. That's the thing to do, isn't it?
It is really, if you're that bothered, but I just thought, right, it's losing it a bit, shave the lot off.
But did you know you had that round head underneath it? Did you know it was gonna be that funny though? You presumably worn a wig, wouldn't you, if you'd have known? Because I've never seen a head that round.
I think the barber, when they did it, right, the woman said, you can pull that off, you've got a good shaped head for having it shaved. She said, that's a good head.
Yeah, she looks like a tennis ball. You look like a tennis ball when you haven't shaved.
She said if you can pull it off, she said that's like a good thing to see if someone's good looking. If they can have a bald head, it's like Sinead O'Connor,
yeah,
right? She can pull it off. There's those sort of things. Do you know what I mean?
Titties of Alice.
No, but that's like one of the things. If you look good with a bald head, that means you're pretty good looking.
Yeah.
And if you can wear a bicycle helmet and look good, that's another thing that like you must be pretty good looking.
Yeah.
To pull that off.
But who have you seen in the bicycle helmet that you think's good? Who have you seen in the bicycle helmet and thought, oh god, they must be good looking in the bicycle helmet?
Well, everyone. That's what I'm saying.
Who?
No one looks good, do they? Really? It's
So what would you say? Brad Pitt would look good in the bicycle helmet?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to see. But I'm just saying that's like one of the two things really. That's.
And what blokes do you think look good bald? Who do you think would look good bald?
Don't know. Give me some names and I'll tell you whether they'd be alright if they're bald.
George Clooney.
I don't think he does. I don't think he would do.
Who else?
Well, this could run and run.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, he could probably pull it off. He'd probably look alright.
Do you think he looks alright with hair then?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well done, Rick. Sony award-winning stuff.
Play a record. And then the guy going, oh, he's stressed. He's stressed. Wild Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones on XFM 104.9. And Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, little bald-heady Carl Pilkington. You quite like being bald, don't you? No fuss.
Like I say, you know, I'll probably won't age for a bit now.
Won't age for a bit? What do you mean you won't age for a bit?
Because I already look quite old.
I don't think so. Not with a hat on, you look really young.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, so I won't change that much. It's like that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I actually don't think, as long as you shave it, straight back, I can't have you on that. Nothing wrong with it.
But that kid who had that aging disease, just shave her head. And she wouldn't age that fast anymore. Do you know what I mean?
So this is the 5-year-old girl who had an awful disease where...
Well, we don't know much about it, to be fair.
No, we just know that you fell in love with the title of the programme, the girl that was older than her mum, right? And you were annoyed that people wouldn't serve her fags and alcohol. If she's, you know, she's living like an 8-year-old, let her have a fag.
Doesn't that sum up this show, though? Carl's comment, we don't know much about it.
Yeah.
We're still willing to make comments about it, to discuss it in length and possibly make crass jokes, even though we're ill-informed, as ever.
Yeah.
Right, well, here's something for you, right?
Go on.
This is what I wanted to tell you about, right?
Me.
Yeah, face transplants. There's there's some kid somewhere, right, who had a bit of an odd-looking face. Right?
A bit of a what?
Bizarre-looking face.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor somewhere who said I can sort that out for you, right?
Sure.
And basically what they do is they've got to get a face off a dead person.
Right.
Sorry. Just in this documentary you saw, did this documentary feature, say, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage? was it that documentary you saw?
Right. Listen, you see.
Go on.
So
okay, no, so you can't get a face of a dead person. Yeah, go on.
Sorry to dismiss the idea of face transplants. Out of hand. Go on.
So yeah, it's got to be a face of a dead body that isn't older than like 4 hours old.
Right.
4 hours dead. Whatever. They can take it off, fit it on the new face.
It makes sense. But it's not just your face that you lose it, but it's the muscle tissue and bones, isn't it, when it's like disfigured? It could be through fire or whatever, or disease or anything. So I can't just literally plonk a face on, they have to do something else, don't they?
You're asking Carl like he's gonna know.
I forgot then. He looked at was that in Russian? I wish we could get him on telly just to show the look on his face when I said that.
Yeah,
It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was, you know when you go to a cat, hey, we want some food then? And he just looks at you and he goes, it's almost like he can understand what we're saying. Go on.
It's like if you had been caught holding a mallet over a dead body by the police.
What I'm saying is, it would sort of work, yeah. If you peeled your face off and put my face on it, oh my God, why don't you and Steve, for an experiment, swap faces?
And the great thing is, I wouldn't age.
Yeah. Would you do that if it was safe?
I think I'm getting the rough deal here, though. To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, no, you get some money back. It'd be part exchange. I mean, it would, it's like you'd make up the difference just to wear your brilliant face for a week.
But the doctor was saying it's not complicated. He said the worst thing is something about the people who were related to the dead person. It's a bit weird for them still seeing the face of someone they know walking about when they're dead.
Yeah, I can see that would be odd, yeah.
I love you, Carl. You are brilliant. Honestly, you're never a dull moment. It doesn't matter whether you're talking or I'm squeezing your head. I'm never bored. I never go, oh, that's enough, Carl. Do you know what I mean? I had battling tops, I got bored. It's like computer games, you think it's the best game in the world, and someone goes, how are you getting on with Tomb Raider? You go, oh, brilliant. I was squeezed it yesterday, I was squeaking in his face, I got him down to the ground, he said this, he said that. I'm never bored with you. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. I'd like to rent you out to people.
See me, I'm different. I would happily leave him now in the bottom of the cupboard.
Until quiz
the
night.
Scalextrics.
Until the old pub quiz night, when there's no one else who will have you on the team.
Sure.
And suddenly you want to be your best mate.
Done him again.
Right?
Yeah, where's his mum and dad then, Carl? Yeah?
In Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
I love the fact you can insult me but never insult my parents. Please. Feeder, Butt Rogers, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Bacon.
Carl just said to me, so what face would you have to me? And I went, what do you mean? He went, well, whose face would you have? And I went, I don't know, a boy's, so the skin would be regenerated. He went, oh, no, it'd be a bit weird. He said, oh no, someone famous. And I went, I don't know. I went, whose would you have? He went, Barry Sheen.
No, but what I meant was, when I was talking to Suzanne about it, saying this is amazing, she said, well, whose face would you have?
Right.
Now, it's got to be fairly recent to have the skin fresh, because it can't be too old.
Right.
So I had a choice of, like, Barry Sheen, or What's Her Face, off Last of the Summer Wine.
Who?
Who's the old woman who just passed away?
Thora Hird.
So that's what I meant, if I could have any face, because she said, well, you could have had Tom Cruise or something. I said, well, he's not dead. She said, no, but you could have that.
You give yourself restrictions in your fantasy. So when I look down to your picture, I love the idea that someone getting you a call. Mr. Wilberton, hello, it's Dr. Hanrahan. Barry Sheen has just passed away. And you go, oh dear. Yeah, bad news and good news. Do you want his face or do you want his face?
Does Suzanne go out with you, like, for charitable reasons? Is it like you can adopt a boyfriend?
I love the fact that she encourages you.
She was saying about Tom Cruise, and I was like, oh, you know, she said, you know, he's not a bad-looking fella or whatever.
So, well, what she's saying is, Carl, is there any chance you could go and get a different face? Maybe something like Tom Cruise would be good.
Then I was saying, right, first of all, he's got to be dead, and he's not. But if he was, and you had that done, would you feel like
people were looking at you on the tube?
Well, no, like, say if the people who made Mission Impossible said, well, we want to do a third one, would I be in my right to say, well, I don't want to do it?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't mean to be offensive, Carl, but your girlfriend could do a lot better than you. I don't know what he's thinking.
I love the idea of this whole conversation about you in Tom Cruise's face and then get offered a film.
But why does she have conversations like this with you?
It was now on last night. It was not on the telly.
I love it. What should we talk about? What about getting a new face? Oh dear. Oh, that cartoon. If you don't know what Carl looks like, there's a cartoon that was in last week's Heat, isn't it, that Drew is on the website. What's it going for now?
I think it's at about 225 quid at the
And
moment.
what do they have to do to bid for it?
Just email in, and I'll pass it on to the website people.
I know why Heat put it in. It's because the editor, Boyd Hilton, looks a little bit like you, doesn't he?
Sort of my ugly brother.
He's probably listening, and he says nice things about you.
Yeah, he can still say nice things, but I bet he knows deep down. You know if you're good looking or not, don't you?
I can't believe
Come
it,
on, Steve. I mean, what do you think?
This is going crazy, Carl. I don't know. You're just, the insults are flying left, right, and centre. You've got no limits. You've just gone crazy. You've just gone wild. You're swanning around just because you look like Tom Cruise.
I think it's because he's been hanging out with Christian O'Connell.
Yeah.
And they're both thinking, yeah, we're...
Couple of media players.
Yeah.
Too big for their boots.
Yeah, not scared. Although he's scared of Christian.
No, he's terrified
He's
of
scared of Christian in here because he's not allowed to do monkey news.
No. Well, yeah.
Because Christian wants to do it. He's scared of him.
I'm not saying that, right? Christian.
I do monkey news, but Christian has to do some monkey news. I'm not allowed.
Once around the block. Badly drawn boy. I like him. He's funny as well. You know what? I think he looks like if me and you were put in a blender, Carl. Do you know what I mean? He's got my sort of shape. He's got your sort of accent. And
I
all
think
that.
when you put in a blender, does that with a voice sort of mix?
The times I thought of putting the two of you in a blender.
Do you remember? I told you that thing about the sponges, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that freaked him out. You know, if you get two sponges and you dye one red and one blue, and you liquidise them, you pour them into a tank of water. After a couple of hours, there's a blue sponge and a red sponge because their cells know, and they reform. And do you know what he said? He went, "How'd you kill a sponge then?"
Yeah, of course.
Oh, what a great thing to say. Oh, my back's killing me because I went. You know, I did my back in last week and I had to get a chiropractor out and I couldn't walk. Well, as soon as I could walk, I mean, I came in here on my day off and did when you were in Bristol with your mum and dad looking after you. And then I went to Selfridges Sunday and...
Well, you got a bit of money now, why not?
yeah, and I went into the sports department and there's a golf simulator there. £38,000 and it's just like a shed, and I was looking at it like a kid in a sweet shop, and the two blokes that work there they recognised me and went, "Alright," I was, "Yeah, good." I was just looking at that simulator, it's brilliant, isn't it? He went, "Do you want to have a go?" And I went, "No, I'm crap, I can't do it." I said, and I got a bad back, and I went, "You have a go," and he did it in a couple of times. He went, "Oh, that's not bad," and he went, "Do you want to go?" I went, "Yeah, go on then." and I put it all out and I really tried my hardest.
Of course you did.
And it took off and it was really good shot, and he went, "Good." I went, "Well," I said, "I'll go." And I was thinking, I've got to hit this one as well, I've got to hit this one too. And I hit it again, I had 3 goes. I hurt my back after the first one.
Yeah, but you carried on.
And it went, right, I said, "Cheers, thanks very much," and I walked away. And I went to Jane, I went, "I've got to get a cab." She went, "Oh, I've done my back." She went, "Well, why did you show off?" I went, "I had to."
Of course you did. That sums you up. That just
I was
hits
in
the
agony.
nail
I
on
was
the
all
head.
the way back. I had to lay on the floor and put ice on my back again for about 3 hours.
What was the best you thought could happen? That they would just say, "Oh my God, that guy, that's Ricky Gervais. Is there nothing he can't do?"
That's exactly what I wanted. As I was see that, I go, "Cheers," yeah. As I got about a few yards away, I just slowed down, and that man is a god.
Yeah.
And I go, "Come on, Jane, let's go home." Yeah.
You've
That's
just all... have you ever been able to walk through a fairground, past one of those machines, those test your strength machines,
Yeah.
and not have a go at it?
I don't think I'd be very good at that.
I bet you cannot walk past one of those rifle ranges and not have a go.
I love rifle
But
ranges.
you've got to be the best, I imagine.
Yeah, if someone had just won before me, I go, "It's not worth it, it's fixed."
Sure.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah,
Pathetic.
well, so that's why my back's. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But I hate not being able to do stuff. It's like I'm punishing the injury.
Yeah.
I know if I laid in bed for a week it'd be better, but I go, no, why should I?
Yeah.
When I used to, when I was a kid, I used to hit my head on the banister or something, and I used to go and get a hammer and hit the banister. And then I started thinking, when I was about 8, I remember if I'd hurt myself, I'd go, "Ha ha, God, didn't hurt."
He's up there thinking, "Oh, bloody hell."
How mental is that? Carl, what are you thinking, mate?
Right, Rockbusters, that's what I'm thinking.
Straight to it. Go on then, who's the winner?
Right,
Go on,
go
do
on.
the clues again.
Right, the first one was, The hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Yeah, snappy, go on.
VH.
Yeah.
Right, that was Van Halen,
Van Halen, hailing a van.
because he wanted something bigger than a car. That's the first one.
Yeah.
All the
Second one.
tenses are mixed up, everything, it's just, go on.
Second one, don't be selfish. And some of that out to your mates. That was C. That was share. Right. It's alright.
Yep.
And the third one, the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails. The initials there, KL. They Kenny logins.
Right. Right, that's the last time we do Blockbusters. That is the last time we do it.
No.
It is. That's the last time. Give the prize to someone.
Kenny Loggins. I'm going to give that one to
Kenny Loggins.
Helen Perrott. She has emailed in, and actually, Helen, I need you to email in your address if you would, so we can send you those goodies, DVDs in the bag and stuff.
But who would get Kenny Loggins then? If the clue was good, who would get Kenny Loggins? What did he do? Footloose.
Yeah.
That famous film
to say
about
that,
where dancing was banned.
Yeah.
In that nebulous. Yeah.
That's an extraordinary film. I saw it once in America. Like you say, Kevin Bacon in a town where dancing has been banned. I was watching it. It was like if aliens had been watching Earth, but only monitoring us through our TV and films,
Yeah.
and then tried to make a film about humans. That's the film they'd end up with.
What do you think? What do they think of Queen the musical? Because they're of course rock and roll's banned, isn't it?
In the future.
That's.
I'm not looking forward to the future, Rick, where feelings and emotions are going to be banned.
I can't believe it. Where's our hoverboards?
Yeah. So yeah, well done to Helen Perry. Is that the last time we do Rockbusters?
No.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah. After the break, Monkey News.
No, we'll play. Oh yeah, we'll do a break. Don't know about Monkey News. Got some other stuff as well.
We'll do Monkey News after the break. Radiohead, they're there. Like everything they ever do, that's grown on me more and more. That is brilliant. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. Well, you know what it's time for, don't you? Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News.
It always gets me, that jingle. It's a joy. What's more, please?
Well, Carl, do you reckon you could sort out, do other people have real jingles with their name on it and don't have to say who's in the room, what's happening, and do their own jingles?
Well, Christian's got one for it. For Monkey News that he does.
Why is Christian doing Monkey News? I don't understand this.
Because he did it ages ago.
So you ripped it off from
No,
Christian?
I haven't ripped it off. I said to him, I said, there's enough Monkey News to go around. Right?
But hold on, mate, I don't want cast-offs. I thought this was your idea.
Let's not do it. But what's
No, but
new? Come on,
wait.
What's new?
What?
There's Monkey News out there. I mean, if he wants to have a meeting in the week and say, well, this is the news I've got, the way I see it is, he can do it in the week. He's doing like the, you know, the news at 10 type Monkey News. We're on a Saturday. We're like the, you know, Jeremy Paxman Monkey News night. We look at stuff more in depth.
Well, you very much get behind the Monkey News, it's true.
Yeah.
You sort of interpret it. You give it your own spin.
You're the man behind the monkey behind the news. I mean, I know that.
Yeah.
So ours isn't called Monkey News anyway. It's sort of generic term like the news, but ours is called Chimpanzee That, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's seen a bit of Monkey News in it. So are we doing it or not?
Well, I've got no reason to stop doing Monkey News.
He probably played Radiohead as well.
Well,
Should we not do that?
I said that David Attenborough did Monkey News before all of us. Do you know what I mean?
But I personally don't listen to Christian because I don't get up that early. So, you know, I'm missing out on a lot of Monkey News.
I mean, I'm not
saying I'm saying I don't listen to it because I don't get up that early. I'm not saying it's a bad show. My point is this: there's a lot of people I imagine who don't listen to Monkey News in the week. Perhaps they miss it or they're busy. It's nice to have a little kind of omnibus Monkey News at the weekend with Carl Pilkington. So that's what this is.
So we're doing it then.
Let's play the jingle.
Oh, Chimpanzee That Monkey News night.
Excellent. Good. So we'll sort of get some monkey experts on maybe next week to dissect it.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. There's this monkey.
Oh yeah.
It's called Jack. Yeah. Right. I got pally with this bloke who worked in a railway station.
How? Pen pals?
I don't know. It didn't say all that. I'm
Internet,
just telling you.
internet.
I'm shortening
Chat
it.
rooms on the internet.
So, anyway, he's helping him out all the time. It's this fella's job, right, to sort of make sure it's safe for the trains to come in, that sort of thing, right? But he's always working on his own, so he's got his mate Jack in with him, right, this little monkey. Yeah. And, you know, they're having a good time. They share lunch together and stuff like that. Anyway, it gets to a point when the fella whose job it is, right, starts getting old. And Jack, the monkey, starts getting more involved.
Presumably this is a chimpanzee as opposed to a monkey, you mean? When you say monkey, it's generic term, you mean chimps usually, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So, you know, he's clocking the fella doing his job, and he's thinking, I can do this. Right, the monkey.
I'd love it.
He's helping out. He's pulling down the levers and stuff, so the train's sort of coming on the